fear that felt like it was killing him. He pressed his lips to her head. He wished, no, fucking prayed, for whatever was out there to save her, to somehow repair the broken body, the broken mind that lay underneath it, wipe away the horrors a gentle mind had endured. And if that wasn't possible, if she was gone forever, to take him, wherever it was that you went after. Take him as well, so he could escape the pain and the weight of the guilt he felt. So she wouldn't be alone. That he wouldn't be alone. But no mercy was granted to him. She faded away the next day, succumbing to the mindless brutality inflicted on a gentle soul. She faded away. He endured. He didn't follow her. He was engulfed, strangled in darkness, haunted by demons that embedded themselves into his mind and sentenced him to a life without light, without sunshine. Chapter 1. Mia. "Lexie, have you seen my shoe?" I yelled as I straightened from inspecting under my bed. "What shoe?" a voice yelled back. "You know, the cute ones with the ankle strap and patent leather?" I called as I abandoned the shoe search in my room and decided to look downstairs. I needed those shoes today. They were not only the only piece of footwear that went with my current outfit, but they were also my most kick-ass heels. Heels that would contribute to a kick-ass look, which I needed to help me feel mentally prepared for the day. Because my thoughts were on my dearly departed shoe, they were not on me navigating the mess that was my haul, which meant I tripped over an ill-placed box. "Great Caesar's ghost!" I exclaimed with irritation as I caught myself from a header. I really needed to get around to unpacking those boxes. They were a health hazard. Someone, namely yours truly, could break a leg from tripping on those death traps, and crutches were not conducive with my fashion choices. I mentally added "unpack house" to my to-do list. I came face to face with Lexie, who was holding a shoe in one hand and a coffee in the other. I sighed in relief. "I knew there was a reason I keep you around," I said, taking the coffee and the shoe. "I thought it was because you gave birth to me," she replied with a smirk, sipping her own cup. Caffeine addiction was genetically transferred. I waved my hand while inhaling the liquid needed for me to be a functioning human. "Yeah, that factors in there somewhere, but the fact you are handy at finding things, namely my favorite pair of heels, is the front-runner today," I told her, trying to hop and not spill my coffee while I put on my other shoe. "Plus, you give me coffee," I added, waving the cup. I stared at my daughter, turning serious. "You nervous, dollface?" I asked her quietly. She shook her head, smile still in place, and her blonde ringlets swung with the movement. "No, I'm actually not." I raised an eyebrow at her. "You're seriously not anxious at the prospect of starting a new high school where you don't know anyone?" Lexie shrugged her shoulders. "I assume the school isn't filled with Satan worshippers and necromancers. There's gotta be at least some decent humans in there somewhere. I'm sure I'll survive." She linked her arm with mine, directing us toward the stairs. "Plus, I'm too busy being proud of my mom for being in charge of a freaking hotel to be thinking about something as trivial as high school and the possibility of a mean girls situation," she declared as we descended the stairs. I gave her a sideways glance. "Do not so casually joke about such a work of cinematic genius," I told her with mock seriousness. "The fate of your high school survival depends on this one piece of advice." I paused for dramatic effect. "On Wednesdays, we wear pink." "Don't worry, Mom. I'll only wear sweats once a week," she replied just as seriously. My daughter and I had a lot of conversations spoken purely in movie quotes. I laughed at the prospect of Lexie actually going to school in sweats. I didn't think I'd ever seen my daughter leave the house in sweats, apart from when she left for exercise purposes. And even then, she wore cute ones that looked better than half the people in regular clothes. I stopped at the bottom of the stairs and turned to face Lexie, putting my hand on her cheek. "You sure you're not harboring some secret resentment for me yanking you away from your school, your friends, and you're not going to make it known one day by declaring..."